Guys, just a quick question is, are you all able to see me live on YouTube, our non-pro learners? If you just type the other learners, are you all able to see the class live on YouTube? Guys, can you hear and see me clearly? Fine.
Yeah, sir.
On YouTube?
No, we are on Hello Learner app
Okay,
only.
yeah, I understand. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yes. So in terms of the adjectives, so in terms of the verbs, what we were referring to, like for example, when we talk about the word think, okay, think is a verb, right? Of course, there's no action here, but it's a state of being. You are thinking something, right? So that's why it's a verb. So anything that reflects an action is called a verb. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'm still adding our learners.
Sir?
Yeah.
I can succeed. Succeed is a verb.
Yeah.
Can we use like this? One day I will succeed.
I didn't understand your question.
So, succeed is a verb. So, can we use like one day I will succeed, or there in that sentence we should use be. One day I will be succeed.
No, I will be is incorrect. Succeed is fine. Succeed is what? Succeed is what? A verb, right? A verb. So you're already using the verb. One day I will succeed. One day I will be successful. That is different. Then you can use the word be, the verb. Why? Because successful is what?
Successful is an adjective, sir?
Yes, correct. Yes. One day I will be successful. So what modifies the noun I. So what will I be? I will be successful. So that's a quality you are talking about. So there it's the word is modifying the noun. So that becomes a adjective. That's when you use the verb to convey the action. But if we are already stating I will succeed, then you don't need to use the verb be.
Yeah, because we cannot use two verbs in a single sentence.
Here it doesn't make sense anyways, right? But the moment you say that you want to be, I will succeed means that you will be successful. That's what it means. Okay. So that's what it means. So that's why they've used the same word to give two examples. One is the noun and one is the verb. Okay. So yeah, that's the good example given here in terms of both. So when in doubt, you can ask, can I do it? I can succeed is correct, but I can success is incorrect. So that means succeed is a verb. You can do it. You can achieve success. So that success becomes a noun in this case. Okay. So that's a state. Basically, what we spoke about: name, place, animal, thing. Okay. The thing is what you're talking about here as success, and succeed is your effort to achieve that. Adjective is a word that is used to describe a noun or a pronoun. Absolutely. The example that I just gave was I will be successful, right? So adjectives are of different types. Okay, there are many adjectives. There are adjectival phrases as well. But to keep it simple, adjectives tell us how much or what type of quality. So quality or quantity basically is what is determined by an adjective. So when you ask yourself, let's say the first word given here, proud, okay, how proud do you feel about, how proud are you of your achievements, basically, okay? Purple, color is what, so when I say that the shirt is purple, basically, purple in color, basically what the word purple is modifying the noun, what? Shirt, right? So that's why purple is indicating the quality. What type of a shirt is it? It is purple. So that's why it becomes the adjective. So anything that's got to do with quality and quantity, you understand, those are adjectives, okay? Even numbers, right? So like, for example, if I were to say, even all the numbers, cardinal numbers, ordinal numbers, okay? He ranked first in the exam, okay? He ranked first in the exam, okay? First here is what? The number we are talking about here. The other thing given here is the good way to identify an adjective when in doubt is to ask about the modified noun or pronoun. The example that I just mentioned, is it? He's a successful businessman is correct, as the word successful answers that. What kind of businessman is he? So when you ask yourself a question, you get an answer as to what type or what quality or what quantity is it. You understand that that word is an adjective. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, that's fine. We've also discussed comparative and superlative degrees in the past, okay, in terms of the adjectives. When we compare two things, basically, two or more things, you can use a comparative degree, a comparison between you and someone else. When you talk about a superlative degree, it's basically one person who has the extreme degree. So that's when you use comparative and superlative degree in terms of the adjectives, where words like good, bad, worse, like good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, okay, great, greater, greatest. Okay, so these are the words that we use in terms of the adjectives when we do the comparative and the superlative ones. Okay, so I hope it's clear for all of you. The verbs and adjectives, we keep discussing these when we do different topics. This topic, of course, is an amalgamation of everything, and it's like briefly describing all different parts of speech. Okay, all right, let's continue with who just read. Shivani, you read. Ajanta, you read. Dipali, you just read, right? Yeah.
In this paragraph, we can find a single word in a three different ways. Succeed is a verb, successful is an adjective, and successful is an adverb. Right, sir?
Yes, yes. See, successful is an adjective, and successfully is. So when you ask, the extent of something, kitna, basically, aap puchte hai, that's when you get the adverb. Adverb does what? What is an adverb? Adverb basically modifies word or a phrase that modifies, qualifies as an adjective, verb, or other adverb in a group, basically. So, kriya, jise kehte hai, adverb, right? So, adverb. So, he is successful. Understand adjective. You ask how is he doing? He's successful. But if I talk about a particular task, was I able to complete the task successfully? The answer is yes or no. So successfully, kitna kar paye? Was it successfully done or no? Successfully becomes an adverb in this case. Okay. So the extent of accomplishing something, the result of something successfully. What you achieve is your success. How you do it, when you do it, that when you achieve it is when you succeed. That's a verb. And whether you are successful or not, that is an adjective. Got it? That's what's explained. Okay, let's continue with Ashwini. Can you hear me? Ashwini, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear.
Okay. Please read the next slide.
Part of speech, continued 5. Adverb, a word that is used to describe a verb which tells how, where, or when something is done. Example, carefully, often, very, intelligent, quiet, to, carry, carely, never. Adverb is a type of word that has many use in English. It can modify, describe a very verb and adjective, another adverb, or a whole sentence. Example, the new receptions works quickly and well.
Receptionist.
Receptionist. The new receptionist in extremely busy.
Extremely busy.
Extremely busy. The new response.
Easy. It's easy word to pronounce if you break it. Receptionist. Receptionist.
Receptionist.
Yeah.
Receptionist works very quickly. But fortunately, the new receptionist.
Fortunately.
Fortunately, the new receptionist works well.
Right. Okay, good. All right. So here we are talking about the adverbs. Okay. So exactly what I mentioned, which tells you how, where, or when something is done. How was it done? It was done. It was done carefully. When? Where was it done? How often, basically. So that's why we have different adverbs, right? So frequency, etc. There are different types of adverbs, right? So here, basically, just to understand the word here, used to describe a verb which tells how, where, or when something is done. Example, carefully. I completed, or we completed, we carefully completed the task. Okay. How often? Frequency. So we meet once a week, for example. Okay. So how often do you meet? We meet once a week. Very, extremely. So let's say if I make a sentence, he is intelligent. He is very intelligent. Very describes what here? It describes a high degree of the person's intelligence. So whenever we talk about that, when we talk about something more about the verb, something more additional is when you use it as an adverb. Intelligently, how did you do it? He completed the task intelligently. Quite. So for example, it's quite late, we must leave. Okay, it's quite late. Kafi late ho gaya hai, we must leave. We must leave. So quite here describes the extent, the degree of the, you being late, the time, basically. The third thing here, not the third thing, rather, too. Okay. So for example, I am too tired. I can say I am tired to complete the task, but the moment you say I am too tired to complete the task, it conveys the meaning properly, right? Because it indicates that मैं बहुत थका हुआ तो हूँ, but I'm too tired for what? To complete the task. So I'm so tired that I cannot complete the task right now. So that's why the degree is what we relate to an adverb. Okay. Rarely, never, again, similar things. So an adverb is a type of a word that has many uses in English. It can modify, describe a verb, an adjective, another adverb, and a whole sentence. Exactly what I just explained a while ago. So this first sentence, a new receptionist works quickly and well. What does this sentence indicate? What does it explain?
Receptionist work.
What does it modify in this case?
It modifies verb, sir. How she works quickly and well.
So works, yeah. So here in this case, modifies what? The noun in this case, right?
Sir,
Yeah.
जब हम adverb use करते हैं, तब उसको कोई rule है क्या कि वो verb के पहले use होना है या बाद में, ऐसा कुछ rule है क्या?
No, there's no rule as such. You can use it at the beginning of the sentence as well. There's nothing wrong. Generally, it's used in the middle or the end of the sentence. Okay. So, yeah, it makes sense. See, I cannot give you a rule like that because it depends on what sentence. If you have a sentence in mind, you can tell me. I can tell you whether it's correct or no. Because obviously, you'll not use it at the, largely, you'll use it at the beginning of the sentence. Very, very rarely will you use it at the beginning of the sentence. Like, for example, a word like rarely, I can use it at the beginning of the sentence stating, we rarely do we meet. Okay. I can make the sentence, rarely do we meet, but it's not very common. Generally, you say we rarely meet. Okay. So generally comes in the middle of the sentence. At the beginning of the sentence, very rarely. Okay. Seldom. So there's no rule as such, but yeah, generally comes at the beginning or at the middle or the end. Yeah, there's one example here, fortunately. Now that is a good example where it comes at the beginning of the sentence. There's no rule as such. You need to understand what is the context of the sentence and then you can use it accordingly. So in the first sentence here, the new receptionist works quickly and well. Now the word, how many adverbs are there in this particular sentence? How many adverbs are there in this sentence?
Works.
Because I'm asking about adverbs.
In first
The first
sentence,
sentence.
is quickly is adverb. Adverb quickly is adverb.
Only one?
Yes, sir, only one.
What about well?
Quickly.
Well is also an adverb. There are two. You ask yourself, how does the receptionist work? She works quickly and well. Okay. Well is also an adverb. Well basically here means in a good or satisfactory way, skillfully. Okay. So that's why it's an adverb.
So we can use them in adjective also.
That
How
is
are
different.
you? So
That is different. That is, you're talking about a good health or condition. In good health.
Mhm.
He's doing well. He's
Right.
doing very well. That means that he's in good space, mental space, physical space, whatever it is. Or he has recovered well.
So both well are same, right?
The usage is different, right? Like we have words where you can use it as a noun, as a verb. Well can be used as an adverb and an adjective. If I say, I don't feel very well, this is adjective because I'm talking about being in good health, recovery from an illness, my state of being. Here it's an adverb because it is talking about how did the person work. The person works well. Here it's not about in a good health. Here it's about the person works in a satisfactory or a skillful way. Effectively, basically. Effectively, well, skillfully,
So it
proficiently.
depends on condition when we use well.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your question.
So it depends on sentences where we use well, in which context.
Any word depends on the sentence. Whether you use it as a noun, there are so many words we use it as a noun, you use it as a verb as well, same word. It depends on what your sentence is trying to convey. What word does it modify? Here the word quickly and well. Modify which word?
Okay. What's you ask me something?
So here the sentence is what? The new receptionist works how? If you ask yourself, how does the new receptionist work? What is your answer that you get?
Works quickly and well.
And well, exactly. So, and ke saath diya, that should be your hint to understand that if you ask yourself a question, how does the receptionist work? You understand that she works quickly and well. So that's why both are adverbs in this case. It's describing, it's describing how the receptionist works. In the second sentence, the new receptionist is extremely what? Busy. So what is the adverb in that sentence?
Extremely.
Kitni busy hai. If I just say the new receptionist is busy, it's understood, is busy. But if I want to show the extent of her being busy, we use the word extremely or very. Okay? Both are fine in that case. Okay?
Busy is a verb.
Adjective.
I am busy.
Adjective.
Here it's adjective. When you say I busied myself or I became busy, that's a different thing. Here, the person is busy means that the person is involved in a lot of activities or having a great deal to do, basically. So engaged or occupied in something. So that's an adjective.
Extremely is an adverb, no?
Yes, extremely is an adverb. Here you ask your question. You ask yourself a question. How busy is the receptionist? The answer will be the receptionist is extremely busy. The new receptionist works very quickly. Understood here, very quickly. Okay. So here in this case, quickly is what?
Adverb. Quickly is the adverb, no?
Sorry?
Adverb. Quickly is
Adverb.
adverb.
Okay.
Quickly.
What about very?
Very is adverb.
Very is also an adverb? Absolutely right. Absolutely right. You can use, so that's why we say that, it can modify another adverb as well. Here in this case, the adverb very modifies the adverb quickly. So you can have two adverbs, of course, in a sentence. Fortunately, the new receptionist works well.
Works well. It is an adverb.
What about fortunately?
Fortunately is also adverb.
Absolutely. It is fortunate that. The meaning of fortunately is what? Luckily. Luckily, by good chance, by good fortune, thankfully, the same sentence I can say, thankfully, the receptionist works well. So again, two things, so you can use adverbs. So that's why adverbs is a particular type that can modify a verb, adjective, another adverb, and or a whole sentence. It can modify an entire sentence as well. So that's why adverbs are an extremely important part of speech, because you can understand, you can convey different meanings and you can modify different words or in fact the entire sentence as well using an adverb. That's why. Guys, my voice is echoing, so if someone is not on mute, please be on mute. Thank you. Anyone has any other questions about adverbs? Try to explain as much as possible. Anyone has any other questions?
Sir,
Yep.
adverb and adjective, what is the difference both?
Okay. You tell me what is the difference, whatever we've learned, whatever I've explained or whatever we've discussed. You tell me what do you think is the difference?
Adverb means we can express noun. We can describe the noun.
I didn't understand. I didn't hear you clearly. Sorry. Go ahead.
Means we can describe the noun. Adverb means.
Okay. No.
And no?
It can modify. It's given here in front of you. It is a type of word that has many uses. So modify verb, noun, adjective, verb, adjective, another adverb, whole sentence, etc. Okay.
अच्छा अगर सेंटेंस में एडवर्ब मतलब रहता है जो डिफरेंस सेंटेंस रहता है वो मतलब कैसे मतलब पहचानते हैं उसको
वही मैं explain कर रहा हूँ. Once again, who was asking another question first? Adverb and adjective. Who asked that?
Yeah, I sir.
Yeah,
I
go
am.
ahead. So that is different. First, tell me what do you understand from adjectives? When I say I have a black car, what am I saying? What am I describing?
Black car, black color.
मेरा सवाल सुनिए. What am I describing?
Car.
Guys, one person at a time. Who asked the question about adjective and adverb? May I know your name, please?
My name is Ashwini.
Yeah, Ashwini, I want you to answer. Vaishnavi, please be on mute. I'll come to you. I'll answer your question. Just give me a minute. Ashwini, when I say I have a black car, what am I describing?
I'm describing car.
No. What am I describing? You're not giving me a complete answer. When I say I have a black car, what am I describing?
Black car.
My question is, what am I describing?
Can I speak, sir?
One second, Abhay, 1 second. Ashwini, when I say I have a black car, what am I describing? मैं कार के किस aspect को describe कर रहा हूँ?
Noun.
Color.
Exactly, that's the correct answer. Color. Asif, please be on mute. Please be on mute. Thank you. Color, okay. Exactly. So if you say I'm describing a car can be described in different ways. I have a big car, I have a small car. Okay, I have a sedan, I have a whatever, I have a small car, I have a truck, I have a trailer, whatever. So here your answer should be I'm describing the color of a car. So when we talk about describing words, we talk about adjectives. The describing of words can mean you are either talking about the quality of something or you are talking about the quantity of something. So that's what we call as an adjective. Okay. I have a red bike, for example. Okay. So a word that or phrase naming an attribute or a quality added to or grammatically related to a noun to modify or describe it is an adjective. You got confused with the adverb. It's the adjective that modifies or describes a noun. Understood? Adjective?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a sentence. You tell me what is the adjective in the sentence, okay? Give me a minute. I'll give you a long sentence. Just give me a minute. Okay, let's say he is tall and handsome. How many adjectives are there in this particular sentence?
Tall and handsome.
Two. Absolutely. Very good. So here you're describing what? You're modifying what? The pronoun he, right? So any word that describes or modifies a noun is known as an adjective quality. Okay. Now let's quickly complete the adverbs, what you asked. Okay. Adverb is nothing but it's a word that has many uses. As I explained, it can modify, describe a verb, adjective, another adverb, or a whole sentence. You simply need to ask yourself a question: how, where, or when something is done. I can say the receptionist is busy. Grammatically correct? Ashwini, Ashwini, is the sentence
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
She's busy. Yeah.
But if I add, the moment I add the new receptionist is extremely busy, what am I talking about? What am I describing? मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूं? The moment I say, Vaishnavi, you are not on mute. Please be on mute. There's some sound in the background. Thank you. Yes, Ashwini, what am I saying when I say that the receptionist is extremely busy? मैंने वो word extremely add करके क्या additional information दी आपको?
सही में वो बिजी थी.
Sorry?
Extremely.
बहुत ज्यादा.
Yeah, हाँ, she's busy. Very
Real
busy.
में नहीं. Real में तो if I say the person is busy is also understood. But when I add the word extremely, I am doing what? I am explaining the extent of her being busy. So जब हम extent या degree की बात करते हैं कि एक चीज है, we understand it exists, okay? She looks beautiful, okay? She looks beautiful. I'm describing the fact that she is pretty, she is beautiful. She looks extremely beautiful or she is very pretty. I am describing the extent of her beauty. You understand? So the word that tells you the extent or degree of something is an adverb. Clear? It's clear? Ashwini understood the difference
Yes,
between...
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I understand.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let's continue. Vaishnavi, go ahead, read the next slide.
Conjunction. It is next.
Yes, page 6, yes.
Conjunctions connecting two elements of equal weight are
आपने ऊपर से पढ़िए, you missed out the first part. A word that is used to join. Conjunction.
conjunction. Conjunction. A word that is used to join words of groups of words. Conjunction are used to connect
Used
used to connected to sentence into one complex sentence. Example: an or but neither because while since
although
conjunction connecting to so what is word
elements. Two
elements
different aspects, yes.
of equal weight are
Coordinating.
conjunction, and those which introduce depends clauses are
Subordinating.
subordinating conjunctions.
Okay, fair enough. Great. Thank you. That's fine. I will continue with Ajmol. Go ahead, read the next, complete the slide.
Sir, from where I have to start, sir?
Types of conjunctions.
Types of conjunction. Okay, sir. Types of conjunction with examples. Coordinating conjunction, and, or, but, so, or, nor, for, yet. Subordinating. Sir, what is the word?
Subordinating.
Subordinating conjunction. Because, since, while, after, if, although, whether. Correlative conjunction. Not only,
but also.
But also, either, or, neither, nor, both, and. Preposition, a word used to indicate the relationship of a noun or a pronoun to another word. There are numerous prepositions in English. Example: in, until, of, from, after, under, beyond, across, toward. Types of preposition: time, on Sunday, in the summer, at 5 o'clock, place, under the bed, between Matt and Jill, at work, in front of the TV, from the bed, into the box, over the city, towards the car, away from here.
Very good. So we've done prepositions and conjunctions in the past. I'll quickly summarize that. It's not a very complex thing. We understand conjunctions are basically joining words. Okay, they're words that connect two elements of equal weight. Like, for example, Ram and I went for a movie. Okay, so and is what? A conjunction. Here it connects the two elements, which is the other person, Ram and I. Okay, we went for a movie. So both together, and or but neither. So some of the conjunctions can also be used as prepositions, right? Of course, because prepositions and conjunctions are similar. It depends on the usage. We'll get to the differentiation later. But in terms of the conjunctions, just remember, there are coordinating conjunctions, that is, coordinate something. Like, for example, I want, the moment I say, make a sentence, Ram and I went for a movie, I can have either an ice cream or a chocolate. Okay. I wanted to go to the movie, but it was too late. Okay. So when you say coordinating conjunctions, what do you understand from the sentence? That it's in the same elements, basically. Okay. Coordinating conjunction. Just give me a minute. Okay. Subordinating conjunctions are these words: because, since, while, after, if, although, whether. So when you talk about subordinating conjunctions, like, for example, can someone give me a sentence with because? Anyone? Give me a sentence with because.
Because of illness, I couldn't.
Don't start with because. Start with. I want you to use because in the middle of the sentence.
I couldn't go to market because of my illness.
Fair enough. Very good. 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 Can someone give me an example with since?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead, Abhay. Give me a sentence with since.
I has been working since morning.
I have been, hasn't he? I have been.
Yes, sir. I have been working since morning.
Okay. इसमें आपने since को preposition की तरह use किया है. Here you've largely used it as a preposition, not as a conjunction, but that's fine. Okay, that's fine. The example is fine. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So, yeah, can someone give me a sentence with while? WHILE, while.
She is watching television while cooking.
Fair enough. That's fine. Just give me a minute, guys. My system is stuck on one page. Yeah, I'm not able to. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. So when you give me an example, like, she's cooking while and stuff like that, that is what is called as a subordinating conjunction. The reason for that being that when you talk about what is the meaning of the word coordinating, can anyone tell me what is the meaning of the word coordinating?
Coordinate two sentences.
Sometime help, sir.
It joined two sentences.
Very good.
Depend.
Very good. Fair enough. Yes, that's good. That's good. Coordinating is a word that allows you to join phrases of equal grammatical rank. That's why it's known as coordinating. Okay. So remember, for and nor. So fanboys is the word that we talk about. Fanboys basically represents for and nor, but, or, yet, so. FANBOYS, fanboys. Okay. So just remember that. Subordinating conjunctions join independent and dependent clauses. So when you talk about, because I wanted to, or while she was doing something, I wanted to go to, I wanted to study because I wanted to, because I wanted to score well in the exam, for example. So that's when you are subordinating. Basically, what you're doing is you are joining independent and a dependent clause. In terms of coordinating conjunctions, you can join two independent clauses as well. But when we talk about the subordinating conjunctions, there you can join independent and a dependent clause. Just the basic the examples that you all gave were perfectly fine. Okay, the correlative conjunctions are used together. You must have come across a lot of times sentences like, he not only scored 90% marks, but also stood first in the university. मतलब 90% मार्क्स ही सिर्फ उसको 90% मार्क्स ही नहीं आए, बल्कि वो फर्स्ट रैंक भी आया उसका पूरे यूनिवर्सिटी में. Either or, neither nor. One example I shared, either or, neither nor, both and. So when you use these together, they are known as correlative conjunctions. When we do the topic on conjunctions, I will explain this in detail, but just to understand are the connecting words. Prepositions we've done many times, so I'm not going to get into it, which tells us about the place, time, spatial relations, etc. So time, place, we know, on, at, etc. There are many prepositions. We've done prepositions in the past many times. So let's move on from that. Abhay, go ahead, read the next slide. Abhay, can you hear me? Swati, go ahead, read the next slide.
Yes, sir. Parts of speech continued 8, 9. 8. Interjection. A single word used to express strong emotion such as surprise, joy, or disgust. Example, wow, ah, oh, no. Determiner.
Exclamation,
word.
like an exclamation, basically. Interjection. Yeah.
Determiner. It is a word, phrase, or affix that occurs with a noun or noun phrase and serves to express the reference of that noun or noun phrase in the context. Determiners are words which come at the beginning of the noun phrase. They tell us whether the noun phrase is specific or general. Types of determiners. Articles. The teacher asked a student to answer the question. Demonstrative. These students got this grade on the test. Quantifiers. Many got an average grade, some got a pass, and few excelled. Interrogative. Which countries in
Question.
South America have you visited?
We understand the word determine basically means to, something that is in reference to. So determiners are words which come at the beginning of the noun phrase. They tell us whether the noun phrase is specific or general. A noun phrase can either be specific or it can be general. We know that. Articles, the articles are also types of determiners. The teacher asked a student to answer the question. Demonstrative. You are demonstrating which students? These students got their grades on the test. Quantifiers. When you talk about the quantity of something, you're doing what? The fourth section in the second test was very easy. Which section? The numerical one here in this case. Possessive. His grade was lower than her grade. His and her. Okay. Relative. We know which test was copied. कौन से test की बात कर रहा है? That is the relative test that you're referring to. So determiners are actually very simple. It's just that it's divided into broader categories. It's basically anything that determines. We'll discuss that in detail, but just remember, determiners are very common. Anyone who learns the language, the English language, comes across determiners in almost every sentence, right? So very common. Just understand it's used to determine something, which is a noun or a noun phrase. Okay. Let's quickly complete the exercise, otherwise we'll run out of time. I'm going to start with Shivani. Can you hear me? Shivani, can you hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Go ahead. Read the sentence and then just Tell me what part of speech is it?
My cousin lived in New York.
I
So
didn't hear you. Read it again.
my cousin lives in New York. So my is a pronoun,
No.
and
Which part of speech cousin belongs to? Just tell me that.
uh, so it's a adjective.
How can it be an adjective? Are you describing a word? My cousin. Cousin is what? A person, right? So person is what? A noun, right?
No.
Yeah, lives in New York. My cousin. My is a pronoun. I'm talking about my cousin. Cousin is a person. So person is a noun. So my cousin lives in New York. Cousin is a noun. Okay. Adjective is used to describe the quality of something, right? Describe the noun. Here you're not describing you are not describing your cousin. My cousin is very happy. No. Happy is a adjective in that case. We are just talking about the person. All right, let's continue. Karan, can you hear me? Karan, can you hear me? Ajanta, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read the next one. Read the sentence. Read the sentence, guys.
Unfortunately, they haven't been playing the adjective.
Short. You sure?
Sorry. Adverb.
Pardon me? Adverb, absolutely. Recently. Recently means what?
Adverb.
Adverb of time.
Recent.
Yeah, at a recent time, not long ago. So adverb of time here in this case, okay? Recently. All right. Dipali, go ahead, read the next one.
Well, I don't think I will be here to answer the phone. Sir, sir, it's interjection. Mine went wrong, but it's interjection.
Very good. Interjection is like the exclamation, right? You know, well, really,
Yes.
well, I'll not be able to do this, not be able to do that. Okay. Good.
Okay, sir.
Even if you use a sentence without, I don't think I'll be here to answer the phone, it's understood. But here, well, I don't think. So you're basically interjecting, stating that something that you will not be able to do. Interjection. Okay.
So exclamation also is a interjection.
Exclamation is a different thing, but yeah, it's considered as a similar thing. Yes, absolutely. See, interjection basically means what? It's an abrupt remark. Okay. So when you are interrupting someone, like, so that interjection and exclamation are both synonyms, but you are like for example, मैं अगर किसी चीज के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ, okay, और आपने मुझे, you interrupted and you just said, well, I don't think I'll be able to come. I'm trying to convince you to go somewhere, okay, and do something, and you are interrupting and saying, well.
Pro learners, quickly join the Zoom meeting.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Who's the host? Hi, Raghavendra. You need to leave the session because you are the host, और मैं स्पॉटलाइट में नहीं आऊंगी जब तक आप होस्ट रहेंगे. सो आपको एंड नहीं करनी मीटिंग, लीव करनी है. ओके रघुवेंद्र? Mean by fictional and what do you mean by character? What is fictional character? Does anyone have any idea? Guys, ये स्पीकिंग सेशन है. अगर आप लोगों को स्पीकिंग नहीं करनी है, आप लोग प्लीज एग्जिट कर दिए क्लास को. इफ यू आर नॉट आंसरिंग, मेरा वेस्ट हो रहा है टाइम.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I am speaking. I am Swati Bansal.
Yes, Swati.
Ma'am, this is my first class.
Okay, Swati. So guys, now we are talking about my favorite fictional character. Fictional character होता है जो imaginary character होता है. आपने बहुत सी मूवीज देखी होंगी जो इमेजिनेशन पर बेस्ड होती है, उनको फिक्शन मूवीज बोलते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल स्पाइडरमैन. स्पाइडरमैन एक फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर है. ऐसा रियलिटी में कोई इंसान नहीं है जिसके पास ऐसी पावर्स हो. थॉर, कोई भी अगर आप देख रहे हैं बैटमैन, सुपरमैन, ये सारे फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर्स हैं. यहाँ तक कि जो हम कार्टून देखते हैं एनिमेटेड, भीम, टॉम एंड जेरी, ये सब फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर्स हैं. सो टुडे योर टॉपिक इज माय फेवरेट फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर. आपको अपना एक फेवरेट फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर बताना है, उसे डिस्क्राइब करना है. कौन है, कैसा है, क्या करता है, कौन सी मूवी में या कार्टून में है, और आपको वो क्यों पसंद है. आई एम गिविंग यू 1 to 2 minutes to plan your answer and then you can start speaking.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Raghavendra.
My fictional character is Shaktiman, ma'am.
रघुवेंद्र, आपको एक्सप्लेन भी करना है क्यों है. आपको सिर्फ ये नहीं बताना कि शक्तिमान है, एक्सप्लेन भी करना है. स्पीकिंग टॉपिक है ये आपका.
Because he an ordinary man transformed into something supernatural by doing yoga, meditation, and all these techniques, ma'am. He has got 7 chakras on his body, and he always fights against evil for the good cause of people. I used to watch this show when I was in my childhood, ma'am. I liked it because the way he fights and the way he keeps himself always facing challenges is very, very interesting parts, ma'am. And I used to watch another fictional character, Krish, ma'am. Krish Koi Mil Gaya.
Is that all, Raghavendra? Would you like to add something else?
That's it, ma'am.
ओके रघुवेंद्र, आपके बिल्कुल भी दम नहीं है स्पीकिंग में. ऐसा लग रहा है आपको मार के खड़ा कर दिया मम्मी ने कि बोलो, और आप जबरदस्ती बोल रहे हैं. कोई एक्साइटमेंट नहीं है वॉइस में, कोई इंटोनेशन नहीं है. तो प्लीज थोड़ा सा वर्क करिए इन चीजों पे, क्योंकि जब आप इंग्लिश में स्पीकिंग करते हैं ये सारी चीजें मैटर करती हैं. कि आपकी आवाज में अगर कोई टॉपिक अच्छा है, एक्साइटेड है, तो एक्साइटमेंट होनी चाहिए. कोई टॉपिक सैड है तो आपकी वॉइस में ये सैडनेस होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, प्लीज वर्क ऑन दैट. और थोड़ा सा अपना नेटवर्क और माइक का भी ध्यान रखिए, क्योंकि आपकी आवाज बिल्कुल क्लियर नहीं आती है.
Okay, thank you.
And whoever has joined late, for you guys, the topic is my favorite fictional character.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Swati. एक बार good evening काफी है, 4 बार good evening नहीं
Okay,
करनी.
okay, ma'am.
Would
Sorry.
you like to speak on the topic, Swati?
Yes, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Ma'am, actually, my favorite fiction character is Nobita. Nobita, because he is very nice and he always helps to other persons, and he is very kind. Okay, ma'am.
स्वाति, स्पीकिंग टॉपिक है ये, क्वेश्चन आंसर नहीं है. आपने बहुत कम बोला है. और टू अदर्स,
Actually, my English is not good.
Swati, it's he helps other people, not two other persons. आपने बोला है, ये नहीं होगा.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, I hardly watch English movies, but you gave this topic.
Doesn't matter. It's like fictional character सिर्फ movies का नहीं होता कार्तिक, even stories में भी fictional character होता है.
I never read books also.
Then you can just stay quiet, I guess.
But I want to talk something. Okay, ma'am. Just I'll take 2 minutes. Wait, ma'am. Okay.
No problem.
Is it possible to show another topic also? Means from that, can I select?
No.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So, may I try?
Please go ahead.
So, about fictional character, I like a movie of Robert. So in this movie, Akshay Kumar played as a fictional character, and through this movie, Akshay Kumar or director given was given the message to the country community about the birds' life. So because of uh, these days, everyone are using internet. It's very good for human, but it's not good for birds because of the rays of the internet uh, are killing the birds. So, so in this movie was given the message. So, but we it means we can't do because of internet using day by day uh, is increasing and about in this movie in this when I watched this movie at the in this starting I thought Akshay Kumar played very negative role, but gradually it means at the end of movie I realized Akshay Kumar played a positive role and given a good message. Uh, so that's all about from my side about fictional character.
Yes, thank you, Upinder.
Ma'am, good evening. Which topic?
My favorite fictional character. This is your topic for today.
Ma'am, which one point number? Number, ma'am?
17. I just
Ma'am, I think 10 or 15 years past or ago, a lot of sparrow in Delhi. But these days, I think in very rare chance, I mean, you are able to see
I'm not
around
understand. I'm not getting what you're trying
where
to say, Bhupinder.
I'm saying if you remember your 10 year ago or 15 year ago, so many birds around us, especially in Delhi. But these days,
To be around us, yes.
yeah, around us. But these days, for sparrow birds
Yes, sparrow bird.
are not are not around us.
Ma'am, what is the
So
meaning
this
of
is
fictional?
Fictional character means not real character. You must have seen many movies that are based on fiction, and the characters are fictional. For example, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Thor. These all
Kalpanik.
are
Kalpanik.
Kal-
Kalpanik.
Hindi Kalpanik. Yes.
birds
May I speak,
are
ma'am?
also birds are
Is anyone speaking?
play
Yeah, Bhupinder is explaining
birds.
something. Karthik, just
Yeah,
wait.
as per me, birds are also very important. Play the important role in the world. That's all.
Karthik, now you may speak.
Yes, ma'am. Um, Actually, I like fictional movies. Means, but I rarely watch English movies. But I like these fictional characters. Um, Fiction means actually imaginary. Means that's not true. The only common point in all the fictional movies is they try to give some social message, and they try to save the planet or people from bad people. So this is the common point in almost all fictional movies. Um, out of all the fictional characters, I like Spider-Man. Um, if I remember, I went to Spider-Man movie for the first time when I was in my 7th class. along with my classmates. Means my school took all of us to the movie. That time actually I didn't understand what's happening because till that time actually we used to see only the real characters, real people. But when I saw the fictional character for the first time, which is not real, when he means he flies into the sky and from there he jumps to another building. So I was thrilled and I was amazed by those acts. So since then actually I became a huge fan of Spider-Man. Means even after means watching a lot of fictional movies, um, I means I'm still his fan. So means I think Peter Parker was the person who did the Spider-Man movie. Means he acted in the first Spider-Man series, I think. If I'm not correct, I think yeah, Peter Parker. Actually, this Spider-Man movie actually is not only this Spider-Man, it's not only Spider-Man movie. Most of the fictional characters like Spider-Man, Harry Potter, so many things are inspired from some books in some foreign countries. Actually, um, from those books, actually, so many movies are being taken, being made. One of means out of all the fictional characters, the Marvel series are very famous. Like um, I don't know the name. I forgot the name. Marvel series are very famous, ma'am. Mm, That's it, ma'am. Means yeah, I'm not getting points.
Yes. Yes, Karthik, and Peter Parker was a name of the person in the movie. It
Yeah,
was a name of the like the actor.
Peter Parker. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Tobey
Yes,
Maguire is the
ma'am.
name of the person
I
who
want to.
played
I
the
want.
character of Spider-Man in the movie, and the name of that person was Peter Parker.
I want to add some more points. Actually, now I got some points. Actually, can I say? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, the thing in Spider-Man, the the thing which I like in Spider-Man movies, he's also means very innocent person. Means he's a very good. Means he's a very good kid. He's a very good student. He lost his means parents. He loses his parents at a very early age, and his aunt and uncle raises him. So one day, uh, means he eats spider. One spider by no, not eat spider. He goes to some kind of spider museum, some museum. In that museum, one spider bits him on his hand. So means suddenly some rash appears on his hand. Means after some time, actually, he becomes like a spider, complete spider, and totally he behaves like a spider. Like
Karthik, you are telling us the story of the movie. You're not supposed to tell us the story. Everybody has seen this movie.
ma'am, then what should I speak, ma'am?
You have already spoken. Just keep yourself on
May I?
mute. And I wanted to talk about the feedback and the mistakes you are making. You're
Okay,
making
thank you, ma'am.
mistakes in subject verb agreement again, like uncle and aunt raises him. No, they raised him.
No, ma'am. Actually, when we are saying some story, we need to use simple present, no, ma'am. Raised him means you cannot use, no.
Raised नहीं बोल रही मैं आपने raises बोला है you uncle and aunt raises
Yeah,
him, no?
raise
Raise
him.
him, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I believe Vishakha wants to speak. Vishakha, please go ahead. Upinder, please keep
So-
yourself on mute.
Yes, ma'am. My favorite fictional character is Aladdin, and
Wow.
I he is my favorite because I like he has genie and Abu and the magical carpet. So I like most. Genie means magical lamp gave him. Genie can do anything for Aladdin, and Genie can give anything to Aladdin, and then Abu can stole uh, the things from anyone for Aladdin. And yeah, about magical carpet, I always think if I have magical carpet, no, so I can fly in the sky without notice anyone, and yeah, I have all the fun. So I like Aladdin. My favorite fictional character was is Aladdin. Sorry. Okay, that's it, ma'am.
Very good, Vishaka. I really liked your topic, like means the fictional character, your favorite fictional character, Aladdin. And you have nicely spoken about it, like what you like. You like the lamp, you like the genie, the magical lamp, and everything. Very well done. Guys, I believe now जिनको confusion थी fictional character में, अब आपको पता ही चल गया है कि fictional character क्या है. So who would like to speak? जो लोग already speaking कर चुके हैं वो नहीं करेंगे because आज काफी लोग हैं class में.
Can
So
I, ma'am?
yes, Swati, please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Why to go abroad? We have a fictitious character in India, ma'am. Mr. India.
Oh
Mr.
wow,
India.
Mr. India, yes.
Yeah, I watched that movie so many times when I was a child. I used to see that movie whenever it comes on national television, ma'am. That time only we had that time only one channel, Doordarshan. Yeah, and on Friday and Saturday when that movie comes, we used to see that movie, and I like means how that character was. Means she was very very like very Siddha sa person, and he used to go for his work and come back to see the um, अनाथ क्या बोलते हैं मैडम अनाथ बच्चे orphanage. Yeah,
Orphan.
he look after them, orphanage children, and when he get superpower, means the magical that belt, and after wearing it he is getting invisible. So after that the movie takes turn, and that Sridevi comes like that. It was too good, and yeah, ma'am, that character I love too much. Thank you.
Very good, Swati. Swati, we never say too much for something positive because TOO2 is always used with negative, too much. So much. I really love this character, or I love this character so much. Right.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Swati. आपने जो वो बचपन की मेमोरी थी वो रिन्यू कर दी मिस्टर इंडिया का नाम लेके.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
एंड थोड़ा सा सब्जेक्ट वर्ब अग्रीमेंट में वर्क करना है. स्वाति, जैसे आपने बोला था ही looks after the orphans. Looks, because he was an orphan. So that's why.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, guys, who's next?
Ma'am, could you please also share about my feedback? I did speak well, or
Yeah, you speak well. भूपिंदर, देखिए अगर मैं आपकी कोई मिस्टेक नहीं निकाल रही, मतलब मिस्टेक नहीं हुई. बाकी आपका जो मेन है, मैं थोड़ा सा आपसे बोलूंगी अपने टोन पे वर्क करिए, प्रोनाउंसिएशन पे, टोन पे, क्योंकि आपकी थोड़ी मोनोटोनस है टोन, जो मैं चाहती हूँ आप चेंज करें. थोड़ा सा हंसा करिए, बिल्कुल ऐसा लगता है कि आप सीरियसनेस में बोलते हैं. तो थोड़ा सा आप अपना मोनोटोन पे वर्क करिए. बाकी आपकी ग्रामेटिकल मिस्टेक्स इतनी नहीं होती. कुछ वर्ड समझ में नहीं आते, बट मैं समझ जाती हूँ बाकी सेंटेंस से, तो थोड़ा सा इस पे वर्क करना है.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yashwant, would you like to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
On unmute, yeah.
I don't know what is the topic, but according to the discussion, I think it's regarding the some character.
Yes, it's my favorite fictional character. If you want some
Okay,
time, you can take some time to gather some ideas about the topic. That's totally fine.
okay, no problem, madam. I also have, that is the Iron Man movie from Iron Man movie. Okay, so when I was on 12th standard, I see that movie, Iron Man Part 2, and I like from that movie that the supercomputer, that name the computer name is Jarvis. I think now that surely I can say it's a Jarvis, and by I decided to make a career on computer field, and I take the BCA and completed the BCA, and currently I working as a software developer. If I not watch that movie, I am become a any accountant person from basically my 11 and 12 is completely in accounting field, so I decided to take MCom or BCom and uh, uh, go that way as a accountant. Okay, but by seeing that movie, I generated the interest in computer, and I take the BCA. I like that movie very well, and I think all lots of people see that movie, so I not talk about that movie story. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.
यशवंत थोड़ा सा आपको पास्ट टेंस पे वर्क करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज जहां पे भी आपको पास्ट टेंस यूज करना था, फॉर एग्जांपल आई सॉ दैट मूवी व्हेन आई वाज इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड और 10th स्टैंडर्ड जो भी आपने बोला, तो यहाँ पे आपने सी का यूज किया, SEEC, जो वर्ब की फर्स्ट फॉर्म है, दैट वी यूज इन द प्रेजेंट टेंस ओनली. सो यू आर सपोज्ड टू यूज सॉ पास्ट टेंस.
Okay, ma'am.
So you need to brush up your tenses. Otherwise, you're speaking well, your voice is good, it's loud and it's clear, and the way you laugh in between, it's very good. It seems like you are enjoying your speaking. Very
Yeah,
good.
that's my it's my first day, so something I increment in my spoken English.
And definitely you will improve. Don't worry about that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Who's next?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Vaishnavi.
Yes, my favorite fictional character is Shaktiman.
वैष्णवी फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर, पर्सनल मुझे सुनाई दिया शायद.
Fictional character Shaktiman. Ma'am, Shaktiman is ma'am. Actually, I'm not good speaking English, but
It's
I
okay,
have.
वैष्णवी, अगर आप ट्राई नहीं करोगे तो कैसे होगा? So please give it a try. You can speak in English. Go ahead.
Shaktiman is a very good person, and he have a lot of power, and he somebody like to another people help together, and he solve the all people problem, and he's magical, and I don't know, ma'am. That's it. Sorry, ma'am. Tomorrow.
It's okay, वैष्णवी. वैष्णवी, आपको आई थिंक आपके सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर में गड़बड़ी है, थोड़ा सा आपको ग्रामर लर्न करनी है. और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा दैट यू हैड दिस कॉन्फिडेंट टू स्पीक इन फ्रंट ऑफ एवरीवन. दिस इज वेरी गुड. द अप्रोच इज एक्चुअली वेरी गुड. सो नाउ आई वांट यू टू वर्क ऑन योर ग्रामर अ बिट, बिकॉज योर सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर वाजंट गुड. फॉर एग्जांपल, यू आर यूजिंग Shaktiman have with the third person singular. We use Shaktiman has, not have. So this grammar thing you need to brush up. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Who's next? Abhay,
Good evening, ma'am.
Aishwarya, Deepika. Yeah. Hi. Good evening, Zishan.
How are you, ma'am?
I am good. How about you?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm fine too. So I can't see topic, ma'am. You,
Because you have joined after 30 minutes. That's why.
ma'am, actually, time has changed
It's okay. Your
because of.
topic is my favorite fictional character.
fictional character. Okay, so give me 5 minutes, man. Let me think, then I will.
Can you speak a bit louder? I cannot hear you clearly.
I said give me 5 minutes. So
No
let
worries.
me think
No
about
worries.
this topic.
No worries, Ishan. Take your time. So I was saying, Abhay, Aishwarya, Deepika, सचिन, साजिल, स्वाति में से दो में से एक स्वाति ने तो स्पीकिंग करी है, दूसरी का मुझे नहीं पता कौन सी है वो. एंड विशाखा डन, यशवंत डन. गाइस आप 6 लोग बचे हुए हैं. अगर आपको स्पीकिंग करनी है प्लीज गो अहेड. नहीं करनी मैं आपको रिमूव कर रही हूँ क्लास से, बिकॉज यहाँ स्पीकिंग का सेशन है, बैठने आने का सेशन है ही नहीं. राइट?
Hi, ma'am. Means until the other guy is ready, can I talk?
Okay.
Basically, I have some questions regarding this app or these sessions. Basically, I also joined the speaking session in morning. Okay. So all the session is related to speaking or any
No,
session.
Yashwant, I take 2 sessions in Hello English. So my first session is at 12 noon and my second session is at 5 evening. So in that noon session, I give a vocabulary and grammar session. And the evening one is my speaking. Same, I believe, with other teachers also. Some teachers deliver speaking and some deliver grammar and vocabulary sessions. So if you will join the 12 p.m. session of mine, that is for grammar and vocabulary plus pronunciation. And this one is only speaking, where I have to listen, you guys, give you the topic, listen and tell you or give you the feedback, tell you how you can improve.
Okay, ma'am. Then I will try.
Yeah, you should. And I believe Vaishnavi also. Vaishnavi, आपकी भी जो grammar में problem है, so मैं आपसे यही request करूंगी कि आप 12 PM जो मेरा session होता है दोपहर को 12 बजे आप वो attend करिए.
Ma'am, I have a one question.
I have a one नहीं होगा. I have one question.
I have one question. My class is 11:30 to 1:30, ma'am.
Oh, that's sad. कोई बात नहीं वैष्णवी, मुझे पता नहीं और कौन टीचर ग्रामर और कितने बजे लेती है. If anyone else could help these two, so please tell them.
I have also another question. That is 12 p.m. as a grammar. Okay. Okay. But your portion is means it's continually running. So when I enter in between that course, so my basic मतलब पहले वाला जो आपने सिखाया है वो तो मतलब मिस हो
उससे
जाएगा.
कुछ रेलेवेंस नहीं है. डोंट वरी, दे आर नॉट रेलेवेंट टू ईच अदर, बिकॉज लाइव सेशन है, हर दिन नया टॉपिक होता है, तो आपको उसकी दिक्कत नहीं होगी पहले और बात की. ओके, एक बार ज्वाइन करके देखिए सेशन, आपके जो सवाल है वो खुद ही खत्म हो जाएंगे. और सचिन और कौन सी मैम ग्रामर पढ़ाती हैं, प्लीज बता दिए.
अनिशा मैम एंड अमित सर, वीना मैम.
टाइमिंग बताइए. टाइमिंग
1 PM, 4 PM, 1 PM, 4 PM, 11 AM.
सो जैसे आपने सुन लिया, वैष्णवी 11 AM की भी जो क्लास होती है ग्रामर की होती है, और कौन सा था 4 PM and 7 PM इवनिंग.
1 PM.
1 PM
7 PM will be live speaking
मुझसे
practice.
पहले वाली, लेकिन 11 से 1 तो शी इज बिजी ना, तो 4 PM आप ले सकते हो वैष्णवी.
Yeah, अमित सर.
तो 4 PM से 5 PM आप वो ले लीजिएगा और 5 से 6 आपकी स्पीकिंग हो जाएगी. परफेक्ट. 2 घंटा इंग्लिश के लिए एवरीडे बुक बैक टू बैक.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Even
And
this
for
app, hello
Yashwant,
app,
बहुत सारे लोग एक साथ बोल रहे हैं.
so I'm saying if Vaishnavi is a pro member of this app, so this app intimate and invite every 1 hour each. It means every 1 hour.
I know, but उसका फायदा नहीं है ना भूपेंद्र. उन्हें मेल, उन्हें नोटिफिकेशन आएगी, बट जब वो क्लास ले ही नहीं सकती, उनकी अपनी क्लासेस होती हैं कॉलेज की, तो इसलिए मैंने पूछा.
Okay.
Thank you for your help. Who's speaking?
and for Yashwant ma'am, he can watch the recording.
He was saying that na, I left the previous session, so you can watch the recording.
No, fine.
Where I can find that previous recording?
Hello English.
विश्वान
Red.
बहुत सारी हैं आप नहीं कर पाएंगे तो मैं आपसे भी रिक्वेस्ट कर रही हूँ आप अभी पहले 12 बजे वाला सेशन अटेंड करिए
ओके मैम, नो प्रॉब्लम।
सचिन देखिए अगर आप किसी को रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए बोल रहे हो भी किसी नए स्टूडेंट को तो फायदा नहीं है क्योंकि हमारा पैटर्न ऐसा नहीं चलता ना कि पहले हमने नाउन पढ़ा फिर प्रोनाउन ऐसे नहीं होता कभी भी किसी भी दिन कोई भी टॉपिक हो जाता है तो रिकॉर्डिंग का फायदा नहीं है बिकॉज वो टॉपिक दोबारा रिपीट करने
I said that if he has any particular doubt on the topic, then he can watch.
so that time you can go ahead with that. All right. So Zishan, I think you are speaking.
Yes, ma'am. I want to speak. So let me confirm first, ma'am. I'm audible. My voice is clear. Right.
Yes.
So
you are.
my fiction character is Aladdin. Aladdin cartoon. You know, I remember I used to watch on a Cartoon Network. So why I choose this because I consider him as the most luckiest person at the time when we used to watch in childhood, because he's whatever he wants, whatever he wish. So he just need to rub that lamp, and the person appeared in front of him and asked, "What you want?" So the Aladdin said, "I wanted to make this thing happen right now." So he did, that person, so-called another imaginary character, so fulfill his wish. So, and apart from this, the kind of characters the Aladdin is having is surrounding like parrots, like a piece of carpet, and they help him in their journey, in the situation he often came across. So I really like that character, and most importantly, because of this lamp, uh, you can't do in a real life to convince king, yes, I want to marry your daughter, and on the other side, the daughter ready to marry you. So it is impossible for a lay person, for a person who lives, away from the urban life and the real life. So I really like that character. So I still remember this Aladdin. So fiction character, if I would choose to act on, so I would love to play that role. Thank you.
Is that all, Zishan? I believe. Zishan,
Yes.
थोड़ा सा ग्रामर पे भी वर्क करना है जैसे come across, came across थोड़ी सी इसमें गड़बड़ी हो रही थी बट या आप एक्चुअली रेगुलर नहीं अटेंड कर रहे सेशंस इसलिए
Ma'am,
थोड़ा सा गैप आ जाता है so we start to make mistakes again.
Right, ma'am. Exactly.
It's okay. Just try to attend the sessions regularly.
Okay, ma'am. I will try.
Who's next?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Razi.
So, ma'am, the fictional character which I like most, if I travel through, if I travel down my memory lane, I vividly remember that I like Cinderella character the most, ma'am, because wherever it came, ma'am, whether on which like Sahara TV, I thought it used to come, and they depicted it in a very different manner, in a story way. So we just know the story of Cinderella, but they put in certain different platform, ma'am. So there they show that the girl is very optimistic. She is benevolent towards all the creatures, animals, and even I got impressed by looking at the endurance capacity of Cinderella, the torture she bared with. And then the thing I like is she was very courageous in that. And anyone, like as a small child, we always love magical world. We want to live there, like the fairy will come and after 12 you need to return. All those things, we get attracted, though we know it's not real, but we become like there is some kind of faith and trust that if we feel something, if we wish for something, universe will help us. So the thing, such things happen with her. So even our faith will increase. So even I remember on the Netflix one series came, ma'am, related to this Cinderella, but it was quite boring. In that, just she was singing throughout the whole series. But I watched just for the Cinderella character, how she played the role for Cinderella. Because there, like the girl, she showed that you need to travel, you need to paddle your own canoe. You can't rely on others. So there she was playing the role of, she wanted to become a good, what we say, one who is good fashion designer, ma'am. So they depicted in different ways. So always it's welcoming for me, the Cinderella character, ma'am. Yeah. That's all, ma'am.
Very good, Razi. Uh, memory lane. Yeah, actually, I was also imagining everything when you were telling me about Cinderella, because I believe many girls have watched that movie or cartoon Cinderella. It was pretty much popular among girls. So good one, good fictional character.
Thank
And
you,
when
ma'am.
so when you're using most, you're supposed to use the. I like
Oh, yes.
the most.
Yes,
Fictional
ma'am.
character I like the most.
I like the most. Okay, superlative.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
All right, who's next?
Ma'am, may I? Yeah,
Please go ahead.
coming back from college. Speech. Okay, so my favorite character, fictional character, right? So I remember that my days whenever I come back from school, the first thing that what I do is like switch on my TV, and the most famous thing is Pogo. Pogo, you know, Chota Bheem. Chota Bheem is like, you know, he was a great and brave, intelligent boy. He always used to teach us every lesson. But like after watching each lesson, we got to know one study. You can say one skills, one lesson of that episode. So I always used to watch that, and I remember my days. Like my mother always call me, Sachin, come for food, come for food. I never go. Like mama, I after this episode, I used to say, but uh, it was you know, fantastic days. And now when I get up, I grown up and I got to know that was only fiction. But yeah, the lessons which I have learned from that episodes, it's fantastic. And Bhim was like a, you know, central story of that characters, and he always tried to give us some lessons. And the village name I remember, Dholakpur. Yeah, Dholakpur. There were many characters, Chota Bhim and Chotu, and which remembers my nickname also. So I used to watch that. Apart from this, one more character I remember, Ninja Hattori. And the most thing like I like on that music, ding 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 ding, that what he used to do. So the best thing that I like in that Ninja Tori, that you know, that is what we say, frizzle, no, um, that he used to protect his ninja technique to cut the ropes, cut the things. So it was very pleasant to see that. And I remember my episode. Nowadays I also used to do, like whenever I get free time, so I used to watch in YouTube. I Whenever I see that, I remember, yeah, yeah, that days was amazing. So that is my fictional character, and this is the famous thing that I have watched. That's all, ma'am. Thank you for the listener who were listening, and
Even I used to watch with my daughter this cartoon. It's really amazing.
it's too funny, really.
Yeah, it's really.
People enjoy it, especially, yeah. So Sachin, when you're talking about the past, either you can use used to, like I used to watch it all day, or you can go for would. बिकॉज हम जो काम किया करते थे पहले, उसके लिए दो ही यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसे माई पेरेंट्स वुड कॉल मी, आपने कुछ नहीं लगाया वहां पे, लाइक आपने बोला था माई मदर कॉल्स, तो यहाँ पे आप यूज टू कॉल मी लगा सकते हैं, वुड कॉल मी, एंड आई वुड नेवर गो. नेवर, वुड के साथ ही आएगा, नेवर भी। मैं नहीं जाया
Okay.
करता था, ओके,
Okay.
और आई डिडंट यूज टू गो, और आई
Ma'am, apart from wood, can we use
Yes,
some other
yes,
wood?
ma'am. Can I speak, ma'am?
यस, एक मिनट, अबे बात चल रही है जी। सचिन,
Apart
apart
from
from
wood,
wood, I
can we?
already told you ना, used to, either used to or would, only these two.
And what I feel like, if I use would and used to again and again in the sentence, so that it work as a
नहीं,
like
डजंट
filler
मैटर,
word.
आपको करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज आप कोई ऐसे, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई करो कि कम ही यूज करो, बिकॉज हम सिंपल पास्ट का भी यूज कर सकते हैं पास्ट स्टोरी बताने के लिए। एंड इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग दैट यूज्ड टू हैपन, तो उसके लिए आपको करना ही पड़ेगा कि मैं ऐसे किया करता था, या मैं ऐसे करता था, मैं देखता था, मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे बुलाते थे, ऐसे हो गई होगा। ओके, यस, अभय, नाउ यू कैन गो अहेड, आई बिलीव।
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
गुड इवनिंग।
Ma'am, I would like to describe about my favorite character. First of all, ma'am, fiction means a story, any story, event, and novel. And fictional character means who acting on this story and according to event, that called fictional character.
According to event which is based on imagination. अबे आप पूरा जो मेन पार्ट है वो मिस कर रहे हैं।
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
story, event or anything which is based on imagination, any character
Yes, ma'am.
based on
Okay, ma'am.
imagination is fictional.
Means acting
काल्पनिक।
imaginary
Yes.
acting according to this event and story. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
जी।
So, ma'am, my favorite character and favorite episode, I would like to describe about Ramayana, ma'am. Ramayana. Yes, ma'am.
No.
Ramayana
नहीं,
fictional.
अभय, रामायण फिक्शन नहीं है, आप समझ नहीं रहे। फिक्शन का मतलब है काल्पनिक, जो इंसान के द्वारा बनाई गई, इंसान के सोच के द्वारा बनाया गया है।
Yes,
आप
ma'am.
टॉपिक को समझ नहीं रहे। रामायण फिक्शन नहीं है। रामायण में
Ramayana is the episode made by Ramanand Sagar and edited by
I got to know what
Suresh
he was
Ghai.
saying that.
Suresh
Go
Ghai.
ahead. फायदा नहीं
That
है।
is the character.
Ma'am, he used to.
Ma'am, in they actually all are character, fictional character में जो acting as a Sita, acting as a Ravana, acting as a Hanuman, acting as a Ram, that is a character. Okay, ma'am? No character. Yes, ma'am. So this story, ma'am, Ram, Prince of Ayodhya, went to forest due to promise of fathers, and after that kidnapped the Sita by Ravana, and Ram fighting against the Ravan. So all the character depending and acting on this Ram and Ravan fighting, ma'am. So in this episode showed total number of 78 episode, and in this episode I much like to all characters. For example, ma'am, who made Ravan is a very good role, Ravan, and a very good role of Sita. Deepika made Sita, and Arvind Trivedi is the made Ravana, and Arun Govil is the Ram, ma'am. So all characters, and Dara Singh is made as a Hanuman. So all characters is a very good acting, imaginary acting, and I most like and most favorite character. And these days, a first episode showed in 1987. That time I was studying in 7 and 8 class. So this episode came every Sunday in the morning. So that time all the neighborhood and our near the my house, and all people of the my neighbor came to my house and seeing this episode. So that time is the very famous episode and very good role of all fictional character. So this is a very good and very like this character, ma'am. You know about Ramayana, ma'am? Do you know, ma'am, Ramayana made by Ramanand Sagar?
No.
No.
Thank you for the information. बाकी characters जो है fiction नहीं है, but कोई बात नहीं. Thank you for the explanation. We still have like 5 minutes. Anyone would like to speak?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
My favorite character is Shakalaka Boom Boom.
Shakalaka Boom Boom is not a character. Shakalaka Boom Boom was the name of the serial or the TV show.
And his name was Sanju, and he had a pencil.
Magic pencil.
Magic pencil.
Yeah.
And that pencil had eyes, nose, and head, and sometimes it's movement. And that Sanju, whenever he used to draw
anything,
it's turned into real.
Yes.
Yeah. And whenever he trouble, sometimes he use sometimes he's a thief or some kind of stranger. He draw police, like he drew police. I turned into real police. It was a very funny, and he used to that pencil poor people. He draws some kind. Sometime he drew sometime money, and he help he help poor people, um, and yeah, ma'am, that's it.
Very good, Ashwini. Again, all the memories came back after hearing this.
Ma'am, which one is your favorite fictional character, ma'am?
Oh God, it's a difficult question. Have you seen Vampire Diaries?
Yes, ma'am, I watched.
Yeah, so my favorite fictional character is Damon Salvatore.
Oh my God.
He is
Who
a
knew that?
vampire by nature. So yeah, he's my favorite character. I love this character. And I believe I don't need to tell you what does he do. He's a vampire, so he sucks the blood out of people's neck to stay alive.
But ma'am, the reason why do you like this character?
Because I find this very thrilling. Even the concept of vampire, I find it really thrilling. means to know what they do, how they live. They never die. Means if you just stab them in their chest with a wooden stick or something, and they cannot walk in the sun, they suck on blood, and alcohol keeps them stable, and many things. So I got to know everything, each and everything about vampires, that how they were born, what is the origin of vampires. So that's why I have keen interest in this type, like if you call a
Did you
zombie.
watch
So
whole
these are
episode?
like kind of something
Whole
I am
season?
always excited about. So that's why it's my favorite fictional character.
So,
Did
ma'am,
you
you
watch
must
whole
have.
season? Whole part of season?
I cannot. Yeah, what, Zishan?
I said, did you watch whole season, man? Like Vampire Diaries whole season?
Yes, complete eight. I
Yeah,
believe there are 8 seasons in Vampire Diaries. I have watched all 8 or 7
exactly.
seasons. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Even
so you must
original. I have
like
But
watched
the.
man,
originals as well. I love originals. So yeah, originals is the
Mm,
story of the original vampires, that वो कहाँ से आए थे, कैसे बने थे. So it's all about a witch जो अपने
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the class.
Good
good
evening.
evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening, Zishan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
I am also fine. And good evening, Raghavendra. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Great. Is this your first class, Raghavendra?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Really glad to see you here. So do join in. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Chaliye, so all the pro learners, you guys can join quickly and we will start. So I can see a few have joined. Great. So we will start now with the topic, as this is a speaking session.
Ma'am, did
And
you take that phrase?
Yes, ma'am.
Not.
Good evening, ma'am.
I forgot. Yes, good evening, Abhay.
How are you, ma'am?
I am fine. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I am also good, ma'am. Fine.
Great,
And,
great.
ma'am, just now describing the fictional character. Favorite
Okay,
fictional
fictional
character.
character. Fictional
Yes,
character.
ma'am.
Okay. And
I just explained about my episode Ramayana
okay,
character.
yes, that is true.
True, ma'am. Na? Yes, ma'am.
Very
It
nice,
is true.
Abhay.
Okay, ma'am.
Good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm just trying to find the ins and outs of